came up way short. And for a moment, we were thinking he was out, hurt. Aaron Plessinger looked pretty spicy in that first part of the race.
And then Hunter Lawrence down hard while leading. Deegan goes for a big ride while leading.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to round 6 of the Fantasy MXperts show. I'm Chase.
And I'm Charles.
We're headed to
RedBud! That's all I got.
I don't know if there's another race that people get more excited about than America's birthday, 4th of July weekend at RedBud.
That's right. This will be a good one.
All you want is for AP to get on the podium this weekend.
Yep.
We just need one podium interview with AP, and we're going to be good.
That'll be sweet.
Well, welcome, everybody. If you've been watching us all year long, thank you so much. Welcome back. If this is your first time watching Fantasy MXperts or first time maybe hearing about fantasy, welcome. You need to be playing. Fantasy MX, it's free to play. We give out grand prizes, which we're about to show you at the end of the season. We do weekly prizes each week. We do fantasy cash. So when you play fantasy, not only is it free to play, but when you score points, you make cash that you can spend on Rocky Mountain's website. What is not to love?
That's right.
Oh, goodness. Charles, real quick. Let's just jump the gun. What are you going to do? Is Sexton in your top 5 this weekend?
He's in my top 5.
Yes or no?
He is in
your top 5.
Yep.
All right, well, because Tony Cairoli's racing.
I know.
First race for Ducati in the 450 class. That's pretty rad.
Could shake things up.
Cairoli, we'll talk more about him.
Mm-hmm.
I know why he's here. I think he's got a little bit different purpose, but it's going to be a good weekend race. And, hey, when Sexton's back and makes the series better, I am pumped for it. And don't forget, too, we got RedBud, and then we got Spring Creek at Millville, which means
we're giving away 20 tickets there.
20 tickets for any of you out there watching. And if you want to win some tickets, all you have to do is comment on this video, not during the live show. After we're done, comment down below if you can make the Spring Creek, how many tickets you would need. We're going to select some lucky winners.
That's right.
It's that simple. Dr. JB in the chat here, how many points do you have, Dr. JB? I need to know because I'm certain it's more than what I have.
How many did you get last weekend?
35.
Woo! Well, 25 were to give me.
Well, look,
Wait, were to give me for some people.
Yeah. I
Did
had
you get 10 off him?
Who, Jet?
Jet?
Yeah, I had to take a little bit of a risk. You were ahead, and we're not still got a lot of races to go, but I just thought, you know what? Maybe this will be the round that Tomac can get it done and get the overall. And Jet, we'll talk about that win here in a little bit, but I'm at 269. 398.
Yeah, he's got me by almost 100 points. He's 99
Homie's
points
like top
on me.
10 overall. Okay.
Man.
Crush
How am I supposed to feel good about myself?
Honestly.
Goodness gracious. Well, look, shout out to, let's show you why you want to be playing.
Yeah.
This is our weekly
Let's take a
prizes. This is just this week's prizes that are up for grabs. We got a Formula CC helmet. We got ASV levers, clamps, and caps. OGO 9800 gear bag. Fastway foot pegs, some of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
They even have the little ankle saver ones for those that want a little bit more support for your ankles. Dunlop MX34 tire set, Thor riding gear, Attack graphics kit. We got 100% Armega goggles. That's what Jet is wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone that wants to know. 9th place, worst connection, start device, TACR meter and bracket. And we got some Cherry spending spree, $200. Get you some plastics. Get that dirt bike that you know is looking clapped out. Make it look new again.
That's right. Get it freshened up. Hey, we're also playing for grand prizes. So always. Race prepped Gas MC300. Second place is going to be the RM Rides Red Rocks VIP Ride Vacation. Third place, the Stasic e-bikes. And then, MSR, Tusk, Recluse, Arrowhead, Alpine Star, Attack Graphics, and the Cherubies, and the Motion Pro Spending Spree rounded out.
Yeah. Well, look, Dr. JB is wanting us to really show these results for the leaderboards. We got those, Jake. Let's put those up there. Let's see where we're at here. This is depressing. All right. Overall season leaderboard on the far left. All right. MXperts group. 460. Gosh,
bad at
dang. MXperts group. There's Dr. JB at 398. Just hanging out in that top 10. Okay.
not
Thunder
bad,
Valley
not bad.
top scores. Man. Typo. We got Thunder Valley in there.
Well, either way, we got
Millville top scores.
Yeah, 4 perfect scores.
How do you get a perfect score at Millville? They must have just said, you know what, Prado's known for being a good sand rider. I'm just going to take a gamble and throw him in there. I mean, because I didn't. Talk about your all-time rebounds, Jorge Prado.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of surprising everybody.
We were both wrong. We had R.J. Hampshire in 5th before Prado did it.
Well, yeah, because stats don't lie, but they did to us. Oh, Dr. JB got Prado.
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you do it?
I don't know. I did not think. I mean, that was
more
than a rebound. That was a completely different person than what we've been seeing so far. I mean, Prado hasn't even sniffed the leaders, and he comes out and he's just, holding the gap on Tomac and those guys for a while.
Yeah, it's like Stuart said. We were seeing Georgie.
Georgie.
Now we saw Jorge.
He did say that. Where does he come up with this stuff? It's pretty
I don't
good.
know. I love it, though. I'm here for it.
But it was impressive. I do think, the second moto, his crash there, I don't think was necessarily like him rushing, but when he crashed in the first moto when Tomac was right on him, I do kind of feel like he was probably pushing pretty hard there, and it led to that crash.
Yep.
But either way, it was a great weekend of racing, but it also wasn't. So Jake was asking me what we should title this video, and I mean, this is honestly just kind of how I feel about it. I said 2026 can't come soon enough. And I say that just because at the start of this season, we said, oh my gosh, this field is so stacked. Tomac is there, Chase Sexton, Jet, Hunter, all these dudes. And here we are, we're 5 rounds in, and pending a Jet implosion, sorry, but this title's wrapped up. Like, outside of Jet crashing or a DNF, like, he's 80% chance he's winning this title right now. And Deegan's wrapped up the 250 class. Deegan's got a massive points gap right now. I don't know how many he's up, but he's going to win it probably 2 rounds early.
Deal with it. If you don't like it,
At
you
the
can
same
suck
time,
it, honestly.
It's awesome watching him ride. I love it.
I love it.
It's amazing.
But the excitement of that chase, like the championship points battle, is already just, the wind's kind of out of my sails a little bit, if I'm being totally honest.
Hey, think about it this way. We got an automatic 25 points every weekend.
Some of us.
We're just placing bets on second place.
Some of us.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I guess so. I just, man, it's just, you just got to give credit where credit's due, though, because Jet Lawrence is just such an incredible rider. I mean, so is Hayden Deegan. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I think everyone is already just like, I don't think anyone even cares about Supercross 2026. It's all about just waiting for outdoors next year if Deegan's going to go 450 class.
That is going to be
That's
so
honestly
awesome.
the talk of the town right now. That's where we're at, is everybody's already just, okay, what's the next big storyline? It is Deegan versus Jet 2026 outdoors.
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is, so I was thinking about back in the day with like Carmichael and Stewart battling, and then they brought it up in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have some stuff like that, some good battles with them. So
yeah, we'll see.
I'm excited.
Can we need to send a special request to NBC. Can we get more of just the no talking? I love Weege Weege and Stu on the broadcast. I think those two, it's my favorite combo. But when they just go to a break and they just let the engines go,
it's kind of nice.
So badass. Mm-hmm. Although, when that was happening and there was no talking, I was thinking in my head, it'd be kind of weird if a rider just crashed right now, like a good slam.
Yeah.
Because there's no one to, like, comment on it.
Yeah.
So you would just watch a guy just slam and be like, oh, look, I don't know. I don't know
weird.
why I thought about that, but I was thinking about it. But I just love hearing the audio, the bikes, and everything else. So
it's cool.
JB brought up a good point. What if Deegan wraps up the title a couple rounds early and then races a 450?
Oh, that would be sick.
That'd be pretty sick.
That would be really sick.
Okay. Anyway.
Hey, also,
what's up?
While we're talking about Dr. JB, P1 in the rough quali, so that's how we knew Prado was going to be top 5.
Fair enough.
There we go.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know, man. He did pretty good. All right, well, here it is, the FMF race recap. Here are your top 5 overall Angel Wildcard up here on the screen. So, man, this ride by Jet was so dominant. And he won, dude, Moto 2 or Moto 1, he was 30 seconds ahead of Eli Tomac and those guys. Like, not second. He's about 15 seconds ahead of Hunter. And then he was, when was the last time that Eli Tomac, yes, granted his start in Moto 1 was not that good, but he got up to like that top 3 or 4 pretty early.
Yep.
Jet beat him by 30 seconds. When have we ever seen Eli Tomac just lose by 30 seconds to the leader at Southwick, a track that he's been pretty dominant at?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wonder if he's just kind of struggling mentally
Eli?
It's like, yeah, he gets past Hunter in Moto 2, and then later on, Hunter cruises right on past.
We do have that pass, by the way. We're going to show that. But, yeah, it's pretty
breaking
wild.
my heart.
And it doesn't look like he's trying that hard. I think Tomac mentally is fine, right? Look, here it is, the pass. I mean, did Tomac even know that was coming? Because Tomac, I know, rides with the earplugs. And Hunter rides a pretty low RPM. He's not revving the bike. I think that pass kind of caught Eli off guard a little bit. See how he stands the bike up?
Yep.
But, dude, props to Hunter, man. He rode really, really good. I wonder, like, the mental battle. Do you think Hunter has just accepted I'm just not as good as my brother? Like, I'm happy with just where I'm at, like second, third place podiums.
Well, he said he's tired of, I mean, he was kind of lighthearted about it, but tired of Jet being on top. So,
well, who isn't?
Oh yeah.
But if you are a Hunter, at some point you got to have a reality check and just know, like, it's kind of like when Dungey and Villapoto were racing. Dungey a few times got the better of him, but probably went to the line most days just saying, I'm probably going to get second, like I'm racing for second place. That's kind of, I mean, I don't know.
Hey, you seeing all this right here?
What?
Yeah, Eli did say it caught him off guard, and yeah, struggling with vision due to Prado roosting him.
Could have been that. I don't know. But shout out, Hunter rode phenomenal. One rider I do have questions about, we'll talk a little bit more, is AP, though. It looks like he's fading and getting tired at the end of these motos. Do we need to call the Baker for the program and figure this all out? Because he even got tired at Lakewood in Colorado. Like that second moto, he kind of faded a little bit.
Well, yeah, you mentioned this when we were talking earlier. He's looking kind of skinny.
Well, he's always been skinny.
Yeah.
I just wonder are we doing too much? Do we need to put some weight on? I don't know. I just know that AP is fading and is just riding tired at the end of these motos, especially the second motos. So it's just odd to me. RJ is still charging at the end of the moto.
Yeah.
He almost caught AP at the end of Moto 2. So something I caught on to, just kind of interesting to see. And then AP, like right here, watch this crash.
Yeah, just
that is
tired.
A tired motorcycle rider.
Yeah, it looked like he had a few sketchy corners before that, I believe, and then
dude, he's not even
the bike.
He's right there. It's the holy crap, dude. Like, is the finish line, is the checker flag out yet?
Yep.
That is a tired dirt bike rider.
Yeah.
So it's just surprising.
Track is brutal.
I get it.
The heat, everything.
I get it, but he has been on the bike all year. He hasn't missed any races. He's with Alden Baker. Yeah. You would just assume that his fitness is going to be on par
you would think
with
he'd be
these
a
other
machine.
guys. Yeah. I don't know.
I've got some stats for you later.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
The poll question, though. Do you think Hunter will win an overall?
I don't think he does. I hate to say it.
I think Jet wins out the rest of the season, and I'll tell you why when we get to him. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Talladega Nights all over again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, let me win once. Just one time.
What does he say? He's like, but then how will I win?
Yeah, if you win, how will I win?
Okay. All right, well, we showed you the Stasic leaderboards. Let's get into it here. ASV track trends. We're headed to RedBud. Oh, gosh. This is bucket list of tracks that I would want to go ride. Just looks like the layout is fun. You know, I ain't doing Larocco's Leap.
Yeah, great atmosphere, everything.
I'll save my ankles. The Larocco's Leap is gnarly. But yeah, just the atmosphere, everything about this track is phenomenal. Again, it's in Buchanan, Michigan. 90 degrees and sunny is what the weather was calling for, so it's going to be hotter. I think it was pretty cool at Southwick, honestly. I think it was like 80s. They lucked out a little bit there, but 90 degrees and sunny, very humid. So yeah, I will see how it goes. Is there anything about RedBud you want to bring up? Do you have any past favorite RedBud moments?
Man, put me on the spot here. No, nothing's coming up. What about you? What do you got?
MXDN 2022 when Tomac and the boys just got the trophy back to America. Tomac, led that whole moto. Like, that was freaking sick. That was just, that would have been a cool one to go to.
Yep.
But there's been some pretty cool races there. All right. Well, talked about your results up here on the table. I guess kind of. Hunter, 2-2 for second overall. Tomac third. Justin Cooper, 2 bad starts.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising.
Bummer deal for him.
Prado, first top
Kinda
5 of the year. That's also surprising. And then Valentin Guillaume getting the wild card. Did you get the wild card right?
Nope.
Not many. Perfect scores. I don't know who's thinking about Valentin Guillaume for the wild card, but hey, they got it right.
They got it.
All right, well, look.
4 people got it.
All right, let's do this. Let's Bridgestone lock them in here.
Let's do it.
Let's get right into it. Picks for this weekend. I'll go first. I'm an idiot. You ever seen, in Happy Gilmore when he was apologizing to Chubbs?
Yeah.
After he left, he's like, "You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb." All these things.
You're the best. I'm
you're
the worst.
That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel right now, Charles, because I did not pick Jet Lawrence to win. Like, what? And I had said even before that, I'm just going to leave Jet in first until he doesn't win. So I'm having a Happy Gilmore moment right now.
Listen, yeah, we don't have to say much about him, but I did the math. Hopefully it's right. But his win rate is 94.44%. That's 17 out of 18 motos overalls.
Only 1.6% of people got the wild
450s.
card right, by the way. 1.6%.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically this is free points, free fantasy cash.
Free fantasy cash.
Basically.
Okay. Here's the deal. Okay. Again, I'm fanboying here. He has these Hondas and the starts.
They got him dialed.
Whoever did their map, whoever has done this needs a pay raise.
Do you remember, was it a full year ago? Maybe it was last 2024 Supercross. I believe they went to, was it Get that they went to? And then they had some start issues for a couple races or something.
I think it was this year. I think it started last year. I can't remember. 2024 Outdoors, they went to Get.
I can't remember exactly, but it seemed like there was a couple races they had issues, and now it's so dialed, it's like they can't not get a good start.
Dan Truman over there at Get and those guys have done a phenomenal job. But all I know is this. Jet and Hunter have 7 hole shots of the 10 total gate drops. What is that? I would like...
That's science, dude.
That is science.
Science of MX.
I wish we had a history buff.
HRC.
I would like to know if that's ever been the case with any 2 teammates to snatch that. And then his average start is 1.9. Tomac's almost 5 positions worse. Okay, here's my other stat on Jet that's just mind-boggling right now. So here's your best average starts and finishes. You can see all the riders in order. Jet Lawrence has led 116 laps this year. This year? Next closest is AP with 19.
This year?
Yep. Do you know how many laps Chase Sexton led? See if someone can get it right in the comment section here. How many laps Chase Sexton led all of last season when he was dominant to win the outdoor title? I'm going to give you a hint. It was less than 116.
That's a great hint.
But
hey, here's an interesting point too.
What's that?
So I feel like I'm shouting out Dr. JB a lot, but he's got some great points.
He's got some great points.
How much would removing the grates mess up the brothers? That I think that would spice things up. Because I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's all about. It would be about the rut coming out.
I agree, but like they say that the grates make it too even. Well, then why aren't more guys? Why isn't everybody coming into the first corner at the exact same time?
That's true.
Why is it just the same 2 guys that are continuously getting the best starts? If that were the case, why is Justin Cooper getting horrible, like not good starts last weekend? Like I don't think the gray or dirt. I don't think it would change anything. I just think that they've got the bike. But the mapping is so good. Those Hondas just go.
Do you think it's more bike than rider at this point? Then
I think it's a combination. I think you still have to have the reaction time.
Yep.
You still have to have phenomenal technique. You still got to feed the clutch. It's not like these guys are just holding the bike to the throttle stop and then just dumping the clutch as soon as the gate drops. Like, you still have to have good technique, throttle control. You got to get the shift at the right time, all that. So,
hey, I haven't seen maybe this is just me. I haven't noticed anybody doing the smelling salts lately.
Deegs did it on the line.
Ah, dang
His
it.
mechanic Duffy just throws that in his face, dude. He gets all hypey.
This happens so quick.
Have you seen any 450 guys do it? I've only ever seen Deegs do it. Have you seen anyone else?
I swear, I thought Jet was doing it before, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I just Dr. JB, I heard Hunter Lawrence in an interview say, like, you still feed the clutch out. It's not necessarily just like a dump the clutch type thing. Could be wrong. But all I know is I think talent is talent, and they're just good at it. But the bike is definitely a huge factor of it. Absolutely. They've just done such a good job with the mapping to where as soon as that bike hits the dirt, the way that bike puts out the power and the torque, it just gets forward drive. It's pretty cool to watch. Okay, that's enough of that.
Hey, here's the thing.
Oh, man, I sacked
Speaking
all my
of talent, controversial opinion. I noticed we both put the same dude for second place, which surprised me that we both did it. But Hunter Lawrence.
Why is that controversial?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, tell us in the comments. Do you guys think it's controversial? He's just crushed the last 2 weekends, and he's been consistent. So out of 4 motos, he's been 2-2-2-2.
I'm just a little concerned about AP fading in these motos a little bit.
Yep.
And yeah, and Hunter's got 3 hole shots.
I figured more people would be putting Tomac in second. But I feel like Tomac is guilty until proven innocent.
I kind of feel like you could toss a coin right now between Hunter and Tomac.
Yeah.
Kills me to say it, but I kind of feel that way. I mean, he's got 3 hole shots. He's got the second best average start. He just passed Tomac straight up at Southwick.
Yep.
And he went 2-4 for 3rd overall at RedBud last year on a 450. So I think Tomac, honestly, is riding at the same level as when he won his titles. I just think that Jet is now here. Hunter is riding phenomenal. Even AP
I think
on his good days.
Yeah,
I think these guys have just stepped it up. When they asked Tomac, they said, hey, kind of give us your rundown of that race. Dude, he said it straight up. He's like, dude, they're just good dirt bikers.
Yep.
And they are, So I think Hunter is just right there on par for 2nd or 3rd. But I think now that he just passed Tomac, don't quote me, I don't know, has Hunter just passed Tomac straight up in a race before? But once you've done it the first time, you're like, okay, it's Eli's just another guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that's kind of the hard part right now, too, for Tomac is in the past, it's Eli Tomac. When he's behind you, if you're anybody else, you're like, oh,
Beast
great.
mode.
When's he going to get around me?
Yeah.
Or if, Tomac's in front of you, you're thinking, I ain't catching that guy. But these guys don't see it that way anymore.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So here's something interesting since we're talking about Tomac. His fastest lap time in Moto2 was 1.5 seconds faster than Hunter's, but it was Hunter's average Moto2 lap time was almost a second faster than Tomac's average.
Yeah, it's line choice.
And
that's what Eli said.
Yeah.
He said once Hunter got around, he's like, oh, he's got better line choice than I do. Okay,
Yeah,
who's your
bummer deal.
third place?
So, yeah, obviously, Tomac.
Look at us.
That's the weird thing. We chose the same things and didn't look at each other's things beforehand. Kind of crazy.
My only thing is Eli's going into RedBud. He hasn't raced there for 2 years. But when he did race there last in 2022, when he won that title, he went 1-1.
Yep.
He also won at MXDN that year. And he's the only other rider besides Jet who's even won a moto this year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I still have him for 3rd.
Yeah.
Just
like I said, guilty until proven innocent right now.
But
he is now, his overall finish is now 0.1 worse than Hunter's.
Wait. I got one. Tomac's Achilles heel is his
That's messed up.
So dumb. His Achilles heel is his starts right now. He's just not consistent.
Yeah.
He's like 50-50. I feel like every race this year, it's been one good start, one not so good. And he's started behind Jet and Hunter almost every moto. So that's the problem right now is he could come out and very easily win one of these motos, but can he back it up and do it 2 times? So far, he has not shown me that he has consistency to do it 2 times in a row. So that's my biggest fear right now. What's going on there? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's where we differ a little bit. 4th and 5th. I'll show you my 4th place pick.
Who do you got?
Sexton.
Interesting.
Look, I know it's been 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever with the break or however long it's been since he's had a gate drop, but he's been training. He's been riding now for a bit, probably more than we think. Like this whole KTM Sexton deal, we'll never get the full answer, but I never bought into he's just banged up. I think there's more going on behind the scenes.
Did he fake the injury?
What injury?
I'm just kidding.
There was no injury. He's banged up.
Yeah.
And so, but has he been riding? I don't think Sexton is just going to not ride a motorcycle and just like lose fitness. I just don't think that's in him. Mm-hmm. So I feel like his fitness is probably going to be the same as what it was before he got banged up. It's just that gate drop, that intensity factor that you miss out on when you're not racing.
Yeah.
So I for sure
Possibly
think Sexton
lose the pace.
Yeah. So I for sure think Sexton should be in your top 5 somewhere this weekend. But he just doesn't have the momentum as those top 3 do. So I got him 4th.
Yeah, I think he's losing the pace to this guy right here, AP. So
that's who you got for 4th.
Yeah, that's who I got for 4th.
You put AP ahead of Sexton, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, Southwick, that was brutal.
It does scare me a little bit about starts because AP has been nailing starts. And that is, I feel like when you don't race for a long time, that's like one of the first things that you kind of lose is that like reaction gate drop sensation.
Yeah. Yeah, so, AP, his average start, 4.6, average finish, 3.9. I like that, moving forward a little bit. And then, the second moto, that's what's killing him. So, second moto average finish is over 1 position worse than his Moto 1. So
I know, because he keeps fading.
If he can figure out that fitness, he's going to be a force to reckon with.
All right. Oh, and I don't think I ever gave my answer to the trivia question earlier. Sexton led 101 laps last year to Jet's 116 already this year. Like, oh my goodness. We've never seen this before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Okay.
Well, anyway, with all this stuff said, I actually have J. Coop bumped out of my top 5.
Well, we both do.
So
I've got AP 5th. Give me my AP number plate here. He's been consistent on the starts. What's up with Justin Cooper? The man, I got a little stat right here. He only has 3 moto podiums. 3 out of 10. But he's qualified fastest in 3 of the 5 rounds so far. That's kind of weird. What are we missing if you're J. Coop? You're the fastest guy out there in qualifying.
Well, it's like we've talked about before. Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
I'm just saying he's he's been fastest in qualifying in 3 of the 5 rounds, but out of 10 gate drops, you've only had podium speed 3 times.
He finishes close to where he starts usually. Unless, obviously, if he's further back, he's going to be able to work his way forward.
Do we need to call a sports psychologist? Do we need to figure this out? Why he has such a hard time? He rode great this weekend. Don't get me wrong. He started like way in the back of the pack, both motos. I know the first, he's probably caught up in that first turn shenanigans that happened. Mm-hmm. But to be there, it's because you got bad gate drop.
Yep.
But so he moved way up. He rode great. Caught Cooper Webb late in one of those motos, but I'm just saying, when you have that much speed, it's very surprising to me that you've only got 3 out of 7 or 3 out of 10 moto podiums.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I got a question for the people. I want to know who has Prado in their top 5 after this last weekend.
So look, I thought about that, and 2 things. One, a sand track and a true a track like RedBud. I feel like, I'm just throwing darts here. I feel like a sand track, you can get away with a little bit more if your bike isn't perfect or if its setup's off a little bit, just because you don't have as much like the square edge bumps coming out of corners. You don't get all the acceleration chop. You're a lot more high speed. You you got big breaker bumps coming into corners, but there's no ruts, so the bike isn't trying to settle into a rut and turn. Like you just set the bike up different for sand. So I expect Prado to be better, but I don't feel like, oh, this ride was just like he's immediately just going to be running that pace at RedBud, just because I just think Southwick was kind of it's the only sand track. He's a really, really good sand rider, and I don't think the bike is going to punish him as much there as it is going to at a kind of normal track. What are your thoughts?
I agree 100%. So, yeah, I mean, it's a different track. It's something he's a little more used to.
Yes, Paul.
What's up?
Will we see Jorge or George?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think we're going to see George. I hate to say it. But, okay, Lewis, he's got him in P8. Lewis Woolley, and then Dr. JB, if he qualifies first, he'd consider it.
If he qualifies really well, because in these other rounds outside of Southwick, he's qualified horribly. Like at Thunder Valley and even at High Point, they were like, hey, Prado, you need to go do a lap. Like, you got to qualify first, buddy. Like, we got to get into the motos. And so I would look at his qualifying. If he's doing really well, and RedBud's a track that he's never ridden or raced at. And that's another factor, too.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how much that truly plays into the whole, like, it's his first time with these tracks, because they really don't get a lot of time to learn them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Could you imagine if you're just like, well, I guess these guys are all so freaking good on dirt bikes. It don't matter.
Yeah, I feel like at that level.
You show up to there and like you're like, oh, that's Larocco's Leap, and it's just this like fourth gear pinned. You find somebody and tow them.
Yeah.
Although, I did just do a video the other day. It was like tips on how to clear and size up a jump for the first time.
Okay.
And one of my tips was, don't get towed in.
Really?
Or it was kind of like, it was more how you get towed in. Because a fast guy hits a jump a lot different at a lot different speed than, say, an intermediate or beginner rider. And I just I work with a guy here at Rocky Mountain who last year asked me to tow him off of a jump, and he did not stay on my tail like I thought he was going to, and he came up way short, and he broke both ankles.
It happens.
So I just caution you on like who you ask for a tow and how you do it.
You know what?
What?
That reminds me of the first big double I ever hit.
Oh,
I had
boy.
this KX 252 stroke. Dude's like, oh, just follow me off this jump. It was the biggest one on the track.
Yeah.
Full on double. No
Like
grace on the backside.
Nothing in the middle. Okay.
Nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
And this is my first year racing moto. And follow him off it. And I was matching his speed, and then full panic about 50 feet before. And I was just like, whap!
Just to make sure.
Wide open to make sure. I did not want to come up short. So I see him jumping, and I'm like straight up and down, almost land on him. So lesson learned.
Okay.
Luckily I
And
did.
whatever he does, you want to do the exact opposite.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And if anyone wants to see probably the biggest, like, you can't come up any shorter than what I've done before. People, you got to go to my Instagram, and you got to go to, like, it was like my first or second Instagram post ever. I tried to do this jump out in Twilla. It's probably about 120 feet, give or take, to the sweet spot.
It's massive.
I probably went 80. Like, how I didn't break both my wrists, both ankles, is still a mystery to this day. Luckily, I was still able to have kids. We're all good. But I'm telling you, you got to go watch this case.
This man's okay.
It is unbelievable how short. I bounced about as far off the bike as I actually went in the air before I did land. All right, where are we at here? We got to our fourth place. Who's going to be we got our picks in. I have Plessinger fifth. We talked about that.
And then, I've got Sexton fifth.
Okay, we talked about Prado. All right, well, let's get in here. Motion Pro Wildcard Watch. Those are our picks up there on the table. They're locked in. Motion Pro Wildcard Watch. What do we have here, Charles? Do you want me to go first?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay. Right here. Mr. Cooper Webb. That's my wild card. He's finished 8th overall last week. Has finished 7th 6 times and 9th once so far. And I think that Prado is better than Webb. I think he's made that leap. So I moved Webb back one spot. So now I think Webb is a good spot for 8th. What do you have?
I've got Hampshire. Don't hate me. But here's the deal. I know, so last week, P4 after AP's crash. But with all that said, he's finished at or within one spot of 8th, all of the races except last weekend. And he's got an average finish of 7.1. So Sexton coming back, I think puts him in 8th.
Okay.
So
here's my thought. I think you go after Sexton, you obviously have like Justin Cooper for 6th, Prado 7th, Hampshire, Webb. So yeah, I think it's between Hampshire and Webb.
Me too.
Just flip a coin between those two. Is there anyone else?
Krista has RJ.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, Barsha rode actually surprisingly well last week for Southwick being his first race back. He got, I believe,
what was he,
9th
or 10th?
Ninth or 10th. Or he went 10-9 for 9th overall.
Yeah, 9th.
That was actually very surprising. Malcolm Stewart, I was thinking for some reason was going to be like, oh, yeah, Malcolm might be right in there. Malcolm only has one moto finish of 8th or better this year. Joey Savacci only has 2 moto finishes in the top 10. And Antonio Cairoli, who's coming over from MXGP, he's going to be on the Ducati. Remember, he did race over here a few years ago.
Yeah.
When Dungey was his teammate.
That's right.
And he was 7.65, 40th, 19.
Yep.
But I'm trying to remember, what year was that? Was that 21?
That was 22.
No, it was 22. It was
Yeah.
when Tomac and Sexton were duking it out. We had no Jet. We had no Hunter. We had no Prado.
Dungey came back.
Dungey had come back. And you got to look at what are Cairoli's kind of expectations or goals. This race is about testing and trying to get this bike ready. It is not, Cairoli is not rolling up to the line thinking, I want a top 10. I don't think he has any sort of goal as far as where he wants to finish. I think they're just trying to get gate drops and get some data for this new Ducati. So I don't really expect too much out of the man. And he's like 39 years old.
Yeah.
Which is impressive.
It is.
That's like a year younger than me, and he's just still ripping on a dirt bike.
Crazy.
Pretty incredible.
Crazy.
Who do you have for the wild card, though?
Yeah,
I got
Krista. 8th isn't going to happen twice in a row, basically.
Oh, come on. Yeah. BSM 2919. I got Webb. He's super consistent. Thank you. He has been through.
So we had, it was 7th a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that was basically the stat. He's like 7-7 almost every moto.
Yeah.
So he is a pretty safe bet.
And he went 7-7 for 8th overall, Webb did. So whether it's a 7th, doesn't matter. The math adds up to 8.
Does he go 8-8 for 9 overall now?
I don't know.
I don't even know how that adds up. I don't understand.
He is finishing right there. Prado, it could be here, could be here. Webb is just sticking right there. So is Hampshire, though.
Yeah.
But Hampshire has been better than Webb.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I need to get one of these wild cards right so I can kind of close this points gap on you.
Not going to happen.
Especially when we have the same freaking podium.
Yep.
All right, we'll figure it out. All right, well, hey, did we, how are the memes looking? Memes, the meme event.
Check them out.
Moto 2 start.
Yeah, VL with the Cowie guys.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to bring this up. We need to show this real quick. We got that highlight of Deegs. Well, this is what I noticed. Did you see off the start in Moto 2? He's like full wheelie and still cuts over on Vial in a wheelie. Watch this.
Gotta make sure he cuts them off.
Watch this. Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Watch right here. Whew. I mean, the bike control to do that. Play it again. Watch him. He's fully off the back of the bike, wheels off the ground, and he does like a little wonk.
Man.
I thought at first like that was maybe just the sand, but no, that was just to kind of push Vial out a little bit.
I wish I knew how to ride a motorcycle.
Dude, I always forget when I'm doing a gate drop. I always forget to like close off. I just go straight.
Yeah.
But I'm also don't want to be a douche. Like at a local race, you don't need to take it that serious to where you're cutting dudes off and trying to hack off front wheels. You raced the Endurocross this weekend.
I did.
I've kind of heard you talking a little bit about it. How was it overall, dude? Did you exceed below expectation right where you wanted to be?
I wanted to podium, and I got a podium. So the enduro cross races, they're only 12 gates wide.
Okay.
So we had 13 in our class, the old man class.
C class is stacked these days,
It's,
dude.
it's bad, man. We had some
Just give me a hard
fast
time.
dudes in there. Anyway.
There's a vet class in enduro cross?
Yeah.
Okay.
So last time I raced, I was doing amateur before, had bikes thrown at me, just launched at me in that.
In enduro cross?
During qualifying, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that.
Like,
Gotta
were
go
they
to work
stuck on
Monday.
an obstacle, so they're just trying to get their bike free or
Pretty
over
much.
something?
Yeah.
Like hard enduro
It's
style.
chaos. Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's a good time.
enduro cross is. Enduro cross, you get dudes showing up who, like, I feel like haven't touched a dirt bike in years, and they're like, hey, it's an enduro cross. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, it was tons of fun, but I did do the cutoff technique a couple times. Just move over when you can.
Oh, okay.
Off the start. But I got a great start, P3, and held that the whole time. And
Okay.
I was going out of the corner as a bunch of dudes were coming in. I was like, I better
And
get out
this
of
was
here.
the first race of the new lady friend, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Charles had to show up.
Yep.
Need a sound
Showed
bite for
up,
that
worked
one.
out good. It's
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, well, she
So-
just way to go. Way to
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
Would have been ugly if she was there for your first race and you're just getting 9th or 10th.
Yeah, I couldn't have that happen.
Okay. Well, good for
So-
you, man.
Thanks.
I went 4-3 in the plus 40 class.
Love it.
Yeah, dude. I don't know who these other dudes are, but they're good riders. But, dude, you need to come to an RMX race. The 40 class, well, you're not there yet. But, dude, we have between 15 and 20 dudes on the gate every
That's awesome.
race.
Yeah.
So it actually feels like a good gate drop. It's been cool.
Yeah. So I used to think the age classes were kind of weird, but I love them now because it's not like a bunch of kids that are out of control.
No. We got to go
It's,
to work on Monday.
yeah.
So we're thinking about that. No,
And everybody's usually pretty fast.
yeah, it's a good time.
it's awesome.
It's a really good time.
Yeah.
All right, back to the meme. Sorry, I cut us off there, but I want to make sure I remember that Deegan highlight. All right. I mean, there are a lot of PC cowies out there.
There are. Yeah. Wait a minute, it's Sexton trying out his new bike because he tucked the front twice.
Oh yeah, I thought
That
it was
is awesome.
I thought it was just because Prado was going fast. I was like, no, he tucked the front twice.
Yeah, going fast and tucked it.
That's a pretty good one.
That's way good.
Soon.
1 to
Oh
4.
yeah, James, dude. We were talking about this. You ever notice when
George
James
and Jorge.
James, the way he just pronounces, like we were all talking about, like
Frustrated?
frustrated.
He's got these.
Is that just like a Floridian accent thing?
It might be James.
He's got to be really frustrated right now. But yeah, Jamesisms.
Either way, yeah. I guess. I mean, dude,
It just
that guy's
cracks me up.
entertaining though. I
But
love it.
he's spunky, man. Like to come up with the whole like we've been seeing Georgie Prado, and now this is Jorge. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like. How does he come up with this stuff?
Yep.
It's pretty good. All right, what else we got?
Oh yeah.
I think we all were, especially in
Yeah.
that second moto when he started like third.
I was like, it is on, dude. And then when he got past Hunter, I was like, okay,
no,
game on.
that was it.
But yeah.
Interesting,
Dunno.
yeah. Guys, 12, 15, fix nothing but solving everything. Yeah, Kennard, dude. We need Kennard back of the races. Fixing nothing but solving everything. It's
Somehow.
like the keyboard warriors.
Somehow it works. I don't
Somehow
know.
it works.
Yeah, when you put Jet to win in RM Fantasy.
I can't relate. We need a meme for me not picking Jet.
Oh yeah. Dude put in all the wrong picks. Who did that one? That's hilarious.
Those are real picks.
We allow you to
You can
choose the wrong
you can
people.
Pick who you want.
We want to give you the best freedom of range.
That is why you need to watch our show. That's sad.
How do we get it? You know, Tomac's beard's looking long. Is he depressed?
No.
What's going on here?
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, he ain't super stoked, but he ain't depressed.
Yeah, he's not depressed. All right, all right.
Did you hear his bull story?
No.
I'm not making this up. Tomac did an interview, and I guess over the break, like at his ranch in Colorado, he had some bull, like 2,000-pound bull, like got out or like was raging, and like almost ran his wife over. Like charged his wife. She had to jump over a fence to get out of the way of this thing, and then it got out. And I guess he said that the only way that they could rein this thing back in is they had to get a bunch of cows and like get the cows over to it to calm it down. So that's what he was doing on his break.
Exciting
Interesting.
stuff.
Yeah. We got any more memes
Cross
up there?
training.
cross training. That's it. Those are all the memes. Good ones this week. Thank you, everybody, for posting those.
That was awesome. Keep them coming.
Oh, what's that, Jake?
I live
No, not this time.
for the memes.
They are good. Well, look,
Keep us
everybody.
happy.
It's been a good show. Had a good time today. We got RedBud coming up. We're about just almost halfway through this thing. We're 5 rounds in. Look, it's not over. Anything could happen. But so long as those Hondas keep crushing those stars, I just don't know what we're going to do. Pray for Tomac.
Pray for Tomac.
Pray for Tomac. Well, look, I don't know, Charles. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we get it on? We got our picks up there, the wild card. Biggest question you need answers to for this weekend.
Who can stop Jet? Who will get one overall win
But that's an
besides
obvious
Jet?
answer.
Okay.
Give us a more. Mine is
When will RJ get a top 5?
okay. Mine
I
is.
can go with that one.
Is Prado back? I wouldn't even say back.
That's a great
Has
question.
he arrived?
Yeah.
Has Prado arrived, and where does Chase Sexton slide in? Those are 2 big question marks that I have. I'd love to see it. What are your big question marks? Remember, we're doing 20 tickets to Millville. Comment down below after we're done here live. Tell us if you can make it, how many tickets you would need.
That's right.
It's been a blast. Go get your picks in. Win some weekly prizes. Win some fantasy cash. We've had a great time. I'm Chase.
I'm Charles.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you on the trails.
The trails.